Hello, good morning, dear students. Today I'll be telling you about the journal entries, how to write them in the books of the consignee. You have already learned how to write the journal entries in the books of consigner from your chapter consignment, and today it's going to be how you will write the journal entry in the books of consignee and also the accounting treatment, how you will prepare the consigner's account in the books of consignee. So the first entry what we have written in the consigner's accounts is goods when sent on consignment. Here we have goods when it is received by the consignee, which are sent by the consigner. We don't write any entry in the books of consignee. Likewise, the expenses which are borne by the consigner, they will be written in the books of consigner itself, because those expenses nowhere the consignee is concerned about. So consignee will not write any journal entry in his books of accounts pertaining to the expenses which are put up by the consigner. The next journal entry will be about the advance which is sent to consigner by the consignee. Advance, it goes in form of cash, bank or bills payable. So what is happening? Cash is going out. So what we will do? We will credit cash, bank or bills payable account. I'm just writing BP. You please don't do that. You will write it completely, bills payable account. To whom it is going? To the consigner. Okay. So this is how the entry for payment of advance will be written, and within brackets it will be written as being advance paid. Who has paid this? The consignee has paid. To whom he has paid? Who is the receiver? Consigner. Debit the receiver. What is going out from the consignee? The cash or the check or the bill of exchange. The bills payable instrument is going out of him. So this is how you will be writing the third journal entry, dear students. The fourth one will be the expenses which are put up by the consignee on this consignment. So again, cash payment he'll do or he'll pay through bank. So all these expenses, we know that who is supposed to bear all the expenses on consignment? The consigner. So that is why the consigner's account will be debited and cash and bank will be credited. Who is receiving this cash and bank? I mean, for whom this amount has been sent by the consignee? For the consigner. All the expenses on the consignment, it will be borne by the consigner. The expenses which the owner of the goods, or say the principal of the goods, is bearing, and also the expenses that are borne by the agent responsible to be paid is by consigner. Consigner is supposed to pay off all the expenses that consignee is putting up on these goods which he has sent on consignment. So this is how you will write the journal entry, students. So this is being the expenses incurred by consignee. See to it that today you are watching these journal entries and the accounts in the books of consignee. Please prepare them. So the next oral, whenever I'll be asking, I'll be taking up these journal entries also into consideration, and tomorrow onwards we'll start solving the illustrations, and for that it is must that you be thorough with the journal entries in both their books, consigner at the same time consignee. The next one we have is when sales is done, cash. When the consignee is selling, he is getting either cash or checks on the goods that he is selling, and this cash and bank belongs to whom? On what he has received it? He has received it on consignment, and this consignment belongs to the consigner. That is why consigner's account will be credited. Okay, whom this cash or bank is to be given? To the consigner. All right, so that is how the consigner account will be credited here, and within brackets it will be written as being sales made. You have almost all the entries common, dear students, in the books of consigner. You have seen how the advance entry is to be written when it is paid by the consignee. Also how consignee's expenses are to be recorded. Also when the sales is done. So we are just writing, how it should be recorded in the books of consignee. That is what you are learning here. And the next one is, this is regarding cash sales. If we do credit sales, what will be the journal entry? Credit sales means the person who is supposed to give us cash, he will be called as debtor for us. So what we'll write instead of cash or bank, we'll write debtor account debited to whom is he supposed to pay? Consignor account, and within brackets it will be written as being the credit sales made. Amounts will be put. You all know the format of journal entry, that's why I haven't explained you. Particulars, ledger folio, amount, and amount, debit and credit columns. Alright, so this is how the journal entry for credit sales will be made. The next journal entry is about the commission, which has to go to the consignee. So generally when we pay commission, when commission is received, how do we write the journal entry? Cash account debited to commission account we write. So here, so it means commission is to be credited. But did the consignee receive the cash? Who is supposed to pay this cash? It is to be paid by the consignor. That is why instead of cash, this is rough work dear students, instead of cash we will write consignor account debited. Okay, and the amount will be put, and within brackets it will be written being the commission due, means yet the commission is to be received. And who is supposed to pay? Means the cash which belongs to the consignee is with consignor, being commission due. Alright. The next journal entry will be about the remittance, about the final amount that will be sent to the consignor by the consignee after he takes out his expenses, his commission. We will write it as, what is again going from the consignee? It is either bank or bills payable. And who is receiving this? Consignor is receiving. That is why the consignor's account is to be debited. Okay. Whom is consignee paying the amount which he has received after sales? To the consignor. That is why this is how this journal entry will be written. Being the final balance remitted. Okay. There we go. Alright. The last journal entry will be regarding the unsold stock. But here in the books of consignee, we will not write any entry regarding the unsold stock because he doesn't have anything to do with that. The unsold stock belongs to the consignor, the principal. So the journal entry will be written only in the books of the consignor. So this is how the journal entries will be written in the books of consignee, dear students. Please learn them. And soon I'm going to explain now how the account will be maintained in the books of consignee. Like you have learned to prepare 3 different accounts in the books of consignor: the consignment account, the consignee's account, and the goods sent on consignment. But here in consignee's books of accounts, only one account will be prepared, that is of consignor. Why this account consignee prepares is to know how much amount is to be given to the consignor after he deduct all his expenses, his commission, in case if he has paid any advance. So for that purpose, he'll prepare the account of the consignor. That is one single account he'll prepare. He'll not prepare any goods sent on consignment account or the consignment account because he's not the principal, he's the agent. Here is the performer of consignor's account. This is going to be just one account which the consignee is been maintaining it. We have debit and credit, then we have particulars, journal folio and amount on the debit side. Likewise, we have particulars, journal folio and amount on the credit side. If you see the first journal entry, goods when they are received, we don't pass any journal entry. For again the expenses which are kept by the consignor, we don't pass any journal entry. And the next journal entry which you see is the advance which is paid by the consignee because we have credited over there. Or let us say we need to debit the consignor, we'll be writing the opposite transaction account, that is cash, bills payable and bank account. Be very careful. You'll have to write in brackets, in detail, why that particular account is being written up. So advance, paid we'll write, and we'll put amount in the amount column. The next journal entry you have in the books of consignee is the expenses. When the expenses are paid by consignee, which are to be, these expenses amount are to be collected from the consigner. Again, the consigner's account is to be debited there, either cash or bank. The payment would have been done. So expenses incurred will be written. Then we have sales. When sales are made, consigner's account is to be credited. So when sales are done, what has the consignee received? Cash or check. We'll put that on the credit side. So this is nothing but you looking at the journal entries, you can just go on posting. Then in case if the credit sales were done, instead of cash and bank, what will be written? Debtors is to be written. These debtors belongs to the consigner. After that, the commission which consigner has to pay, all the payments of the consigner we are writing on the debit side, and everything what consigner is receiving we are putting it on the credit side. Alright. Okay, then we have to commission. This payment we have to take, the consignee has to collect from the consigner. Okay, yeah. Then next, final settlement. When the amount is to be sent to the consigner, what we'll do in the consigner's account, we will debit consigner's account, because this check and this is yet to be payable, it isn't paid yet. That is why we are showing it on towards the debit side. So there we will close our account. This is nothing, dear students, but we are just writing our journal entries in form of account. Whatever journal entries I have explained just now to be written in the books of consignee, we have posted onto the consigner's account. Okay, so if you see, first we have written the advance amount which the consigner has to pay us, then the expenses which the consigner is supposed to pay the consignee, the commission which consignee is supposed to pay, and then we have written the bank or bills payable. I mean, this is the balance C by D amount which has to go to the consigner. And what are the receipts of the consignee? Either cash or bank is there with him, or the debtors, whoever still have to pay. So from this amount, whatever the consignee is receiving, what he is doing, he is taking his advance amount, he is taking the expenses which he has put, he is taking his commission, and the balance amount is this figure which has to go to consigner. That is why consignee, he prepares the account of the consigner in his accounts to know how much amount he has received on the goods which are sent by consigner for sales, and from that sales amount, how much, if he has paid any advance, he'll take that amount. If he has put up any expenses, he'll take that amount. He'll take out his commission, and what is the actual balance which should go to the consigner, that he will write here, and the same will be sent to the consigner. So this is all. This is the main profit which is a consignee getting on account of this consignment, that is his commission. Alright, thank you for listening to my class, dear students. Have a good day. Please see to it that you be prepared with all these accounts and journal entries. Bye bye.